This is Lorena Mora-Mowry from Latina Today. We have the pleasure to be here in this Rreedom Center with Matthew Willman. It's the first time that you offered this exhibition in the United States.
Absolutely.
How you feel to be in the Rreedom Center?
My journey and my relationship with the Rreedom Center has been about 3.5 years, where it began as a small idea to use a couple of photographs to show the life of Mandela and the message of unity and tolerance and overcoming adversities. And in the years that progressed, we realized that the Rreedom Center actually has an incredible platform to go big. We've gone big. And
yes. Let's talk about your experience with Nelson Mandela.
Nelson Mandela was a man who had truly journeyed with his whole life. He had committed his whole life to the sacrifice of himself for his family, which he left, abandoned, for the people of South Africa. So I was a young South African growing up during the last throes of apartheid. The word apartheid means separate amenities, to live separately, okay? Together but separate. So I was lied to until the day I first saw Mandela. Then I began to say, hold on, there's a bigger story here. I need to feel proud about my country again. So I committed 9.5 years to trying to find Nelson Mandela. I wrote over 70 letters to his foundation. I camped outside his house in Ubuntu, in Mvezo, Palana Cemento, Bishop's Court, wherever he lived. I was there trying to just shake his hand. I just wanted to know, was he real? And did that spirit live in person? And all I can say is, on 9.5 years, I walked into his office, I shook his hand, I was so nervous. I said, "Good morning, Mr. Mandela, Mandiba, sir." I don't know what to call him. And I said to him, "It's taken me 9.5 years to shake your hand." And he looks at me and he says, "And why didn't you just phone me?" That's like the whole world can just phone him. So it began on that day, on the 13th of August, that I was commissioned with the Mandela Foundation, and it's just been this incredible journey of learning and discovery.
I just went inside and I saw the exhibition, and it took me a while to clear my tears, because this exhibition is in the perfect time in the United States, and only the United States could be in Latin America, like in Venezuela, and we are struggling with so much freedom. What you would like to the people, the message, to see and take with them?
No, thank you for that question, because really that is the very heart and core of why we have spent so much money to get this exhibition to the level for the people of Cincinnati and the people of America. Nelson Mandela's life and legacy is universal. His message is universal. No matter even though it was a South African apartheid, the idea of an oppressed nation runs throughout the world in various levels. So we have told the story of Mandela chronologically through his life. I think any respected museum would do that. But what we've done here is, at the end, as you experienced, without revealing too much, is we've actually turned the whole exhibition about Mandela's life to the individual, to you, the viewer. And we've said to you, it doesn't matter where you come from, who you are, what your history is, what your pain is. You are entitled as a human being to have hope, to make choices in your life that will change your life. Mandela made a choice in 1958. He was going to fight this white resistance, this white supremacy over him. And he committed the next 64 years of his life to achieve that. And thank heavens he did. He held on to that dream. He held on to it. I held on to the dream for Mandela for 10 years. I got there. And this is what we're trying to say to every individual. Make the chance, stand to make a choice.
I see that you really want to send a message, with this exhibition throughout the world.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I grew up talking about Mandela. I grew up when he went free, when we grew up with his powerful words.
Thank you. That is huge. That the fact that someone outside of South Africa would acknowledge and realize that, hold on, here is someone of value.
We grew up with learning and fighting for the same
thank you.
far away.
And thank you to your communities. I mean, that's what we needed. We needed a united voice.
So now with the foundation, what you would like to do with your foundation?
You know what? I appreciate, I'm 37 years old now. I began to work with Mandela when I was 23. So I was young. But being young and naive, I was also ambitious. And now I'm 37 with a little bit of experience behind me. My role, and it's almost like it's a sense of duty. My role now is I want to go back and say, I was one of the very few people who had the privilege of working with, maybe a handful of people. If I turn my back on that experience and those lessons and the thing, I am of no value. Maybe to my family and to my friends, that's fine, but to the world at large, it's like hiding your candle, the light under a bushel. That needs to shine. It's my duty now to pay forward what he has given me. And that's what I do in the Arts Foundation back in South Africa. That's what I do about the exhibition. I travel it. We're going to travel this exhibition around America and hopefully into the world because of that privilege. You know, I also met Mother Teresa. I've met Pope John Paul II.
Oh my God.
I've met the Dalai Lama. I've met individuals who certainly have changed the world.
But you changed your world too, because you were studying ballet.
Yes. Well, yeah, I was a ballet dancer for 20 years.
Yeah, and then you decide, well, I better be a photographer. So the passion for the photography started with Mandela. Follow him.
Yes,
and taking pictures.
So I grew up as a dancer, but Mandela for me had nothing to do with photography. I used photography to get me to him. Because I went out into my country. Remember, I'm from a white background and white history, so we were very isolated from what was really going on in the townships in South Africa. Any white person was. And I was ashamed that I didn't know my country. So I committed, those years that I was looking for Mandela, those 9.5 years, I would take my camera and I would go out into the country and start to document the Xhosa, the isiZulu, the Sepede, the Setswana, the Ndebele, the nations of our people, to begin to identify, so that I had some standpoint that I could actually, when I had this dream of meeting Mandela, I was mature enough to appreciate what he actually achieved.
Do you have a message for the Hispanic Latino community about this? And if I hope that you can go throughout the United States with this exhibition, so you can touch lives the way you touch mine, but also for all of with us, we have family in Venezuela and they're suffering hunger and tough times. Do you have a message for them?
Perhaps my own message is, all change begins with the power of choice. You can choose to be negative or you can choose to be positive. Mandela made that choice. And no matter where you are in your life, wherever you are, whatever, you can make the choice. Mandela said to me in 2011, he said to me, Matthew, in order to be relevant, and we all want to be relevant, in our church community, in our school community, in our home community, in our work community, we want to be relevant, we want to have value. Mandela said, in order to be relevant, you must serve. Serve, because it's through service that you gain dignity, value, and that the loneliness disappears because you serve other people. So just all courage and strength to you. I've been to South America. I've worked with many of the communities in South America. I'm very fond of South America and the Latino people, and Spanish, Portuguese speaking people. Really, just keep holding on that dream. Mandela did it for 95 years of his life. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bless you. Thank you.